Righty then, it's FA Cup time, and we generally got the worst draw that we could have possibly got in the third round. Arsenal away. We're coming into this after the Liverpool draw, where there was a genuine good performance, but we're in terrible form. Losing 2-0 to Newcastle, 2-0 to Wolves, 3-0 to Bournemouth. If we want any chance in this, we've got to go out with the same mentality and mindset as the Liverpool performance. Now, what might be a benefit to us is that we've had a week to prepare, and it looked like some of the preparation time we had going into that Liverpool game really helped pay off. Injury-wise, Arsenal are a little bit of a wounded giant. They are missing Saka, Ben White, Nweri, and Tomiyasu. Raheem Sterling is a potential doubt, not that he's really been playing all that much anyway. For us, we're missing Mount, Lindelof, Shaw supposedly back in training, but I wouldn't expect him to be playing. Sounds like Marcus Rashford won't be appearing for us maybe ever again. So we're probably going to go into this very similar to how we went to Anfield. Whatever happens, the FA Cup could be an essential way for us to save face this season. A trophy for Amorim would be fantastic, and it could be a big way to stabilise the club. Now let's talk about Arsenal. Now, we covered the set pieces quite in depth ahead of the last game, and we got caught on the set pieces. They shouldn't need any reintroduction. They are notorious for their unbelievably efficient set plays. 4 natural centre-halves generally line up in the back line for them. Their physical presence in them situations really helps them. It's improved them astronomically. I don't understand why you would stand still the way we did. I hope that we've worked on that this week. Gabriella's become almost inevitable off free kicks and corners, so it's something that we've got to be better at. Like, we played pretty well the last time out at the Emirates. We were shocking on the set plays, and Arsenal did have chances in the game. Let's not pretend they didn't. But we played pretty well. We went there and we took the ball, and that's one thing that gives me hope going into this game, is that I thought it was going to get absolutely turned inside out against Liverpool, and it wasn't the case. It wasn't the case at the Etihad either, and even though Slot's come out and said United played a low block, we factually didn't, mate. And we haven't done in any of our games under Amorim away from home. We've gone and we've took the ball. At Arsenal, Spurs, even though that was a bit of a different story, but the Etihad and Anfield last week, United have gone away from home and we've had the confidence to take the ball, and we've seen us do it in different ways as well. At the Emirates last time out, United held all possession in our defence, and it worked for us to maintain a little bit of possession. Because of Liverpool's high press, we went to Anfield and we did not hold the ball in our defence. We held it in midfield, and we saw Onana trying to go long and bypass that defensive line of ours to bypass the first offensive line of Liverpool. So I'm liking that I'm seeing different things from the team and from the manager when it comes to our tactics in these games. I'll say it again though. To have any chance in this game, United have to stop Arsenal's set pieces. It's non-negotiable. You know, if you don't, you're going to lose to them again. And that would be devastating, to get knocked out of the cup by this medieval style of football. But in general, Arsenal are about being solid and squeezing teams into submission. They are quite deadly when they've done that, and they've kind of exceeded all expectations in recent years because of that. Their project is in a bit of an upward trajectory season after season, and this season is probably their best chance of winning a major trophy since they fluffed one in Arteta's first season, 700 million later. They'll be desperate for this one. They'll be desperate because it's United. They'll be desperate because they should be desperate for a trophy. Following some of their recent results, Arsenal Fan TV has kicked up again, being the comedy show that it used to be, because they are now back in the fall as they have been. They probably have the squad depth to cope with another front to fight on, which is a bit of a worry for us. Now, as usual, you'll see them employ what is a very flexible 4-3-3 formation. It does vary between a bit of a 3-box-3. Sometimes looks like a 4-4-2. It's very adaptable depending on their opponents. They have high defensive standards. Saliba and Gabriel are very good, and they're instrumental in how good Arsenal have been and in the number of clean sheets that they keep. They have a very good tactical understanding of what they're required to do. They are very in tune with each other. They know when to step up, when to drop off, when to recover for each other. And the way they use inverted fullbacks, especially in the build-up, is crucial. Whether it's Calafiori, whether it's Zinchenko, Timber, Ben White, they all kind of rotate in and out of different positions, providing coverage in different areas of the pitch and also options when they're on the ball. On the other side of the pitch, they are established with making the opposition suffer whilst trying to play out from the back, and they tend to go man-to-man with a little bit of hostility, hoping that they can force errors inside the opponent's own half. We're going to look out for that. So you might see us adapt to what we did against Liverpool and almost try and hit our midfield without going through our defence. They'll look to test us because we are still fragile, especially on the set plays. Last time we played them, they tried to choke us out with obviously the stupid look from the corners, but there is no doubt that they will try and force history to repeat itself in the set plays, but also in terms of how hard they try and press us. So I think United might try and bypass that this time. On the ball, they're very efficient. The likes of Odegaard, Saka if he was playing, but Havertz, Saliba, typically some of the biggest causes for concern. Each of them is very confident and technical in possession. They do have the ability to do us damage, as they've done before. Lucky for us, there is no Saka because he's a big miss for the way Arsenal kind of build up and the way they rotate and the way they attack teams. He's not the most obvious when you're watching them, but you take him out of the team and they are a lot less functional without him. In possession, it'll look like a free box free, and United won't look too far off it, actually, the way we line up. But the idea is to kind of load the midfield, dominate the centre of the pitch, and then they'll look to try and force a team into errors that they can exploit, and teams do get exploited by them. The problem that Arsenal have used to be playing through the centre, and then they chose to go almost this 4-4-2 kind of variation, and that shores it up a little bit for them. They typically play with a false nine, Kai Havertz generally. He likes to bring in Jorginho to partner, and bringing in Jorginho to go with someone like Declan Rice. That allows them to create a midfield box, and it allows them to make it very solid when Odegaard's flung in as the fourth man there. They will look for overloads. They will look to try and disrupt the opposition, and they will look to try and drag players into areas that are unfamiliar with them. And then after winning the ball, they get forward quickly and aggressively. And there'll be a problem for us. You know, they're a good side, and they will be a problem for us. If we have our own way, wing-backs will be key. Our wing-backs can pin back Arsenal's wingers, or they'll be left alone in the free attacking outlet, similar to what we saw against Liverpool. Arsenal can sometimes rock up at their best, and they can sometimes rock up at their worst. They're a little bit unpredictable at the moment. The rampant goal-scoring excellence from set plays is a problem for us, but they didn't do anything from open play last time we played, so we've got to be better on the set plays and hope that we can try and punish them from open play ourselves. Starman, I think it'll probably be Havertz, and to be fair to him, he's got his head down and worked hard to become the forward that, you know, rival fans didn't think he could be. He's scoring goals now. He's got 12 and 3 assists in 25 games, which is fine. He is not the complete package, but he does tie Arsenal's attack together real nice, and he operates in areas of the pitch that make him very difficult to pick up. Again, he's a big lad, so his height makes him another outlet from set plays, which, as we know, is a problem. In terms of how I want United to line up, I think Arsenal's forward line lacks the sort of blistering pace that would require Lenny Yoro to play in this. But it depends on how high United's line wants to get. If United's line wants to really squeeze midfield and be on the halfway line, I bring in Yoro and I move De Ligt central and I bench Maguire. If we are going to be a little bit deeper like we played last time, I think Maguire's fine to play, and you go with De Ligt, Maguire and Martinez as your back three, Mazraoui and Dalot as your fullbacks. And, you know, this team almost picks itself at the moment because there's nobody in good foot outside of Yoro. There's no one asking questions. You know, there's nobody that's forcing their way into a conversation here. Mainu and Ugarte centrally, because I liked them at Anfield. I thought they were great. Bruno and Ahmad behind Højlund. Team picks itself, basically. The only one that's a question is, does Lenny Yoro play or not? And I think another big game for Manuel Ugarte and another big game for Ahmad, because I think without Ahmad, United are so lacking X factor and goals. And as always, this video is proudly brought to you by our friends at Hollywoodbets, and we've got another big offer for the FA Cup clash between United and Arsenal. Both teams trying to put themselves into the next round. It's going to be high drama and plenty of action as usual. But before diving into today's picks, we are going to be announcing the winner of our £80 shirt voucher giveaway, Thomas Twibell. Congratulations, you are the winner of this prize. Please get in touch and we'll try and get in touch with you as well. Big thank you to everyone who did participate. Stay tuned for another exciting giveaway coming soon. Now, what we're going to go for in our picks for this game is we're going for over 3.5 cards. United and Arsenal typically get heated. Both teams get 2 bookings per game this season. I think over 3.5 cards is the one. Over 9.5 corners. Both teams do rank amongst the top in the league for corner averages. Arsenal at 5.7, United at 5.3 per match. So over 9.5 seems likely. Ahmad over 0.5 shots on target. He's been sharp lately, registering 1 shot on target in each of his last 3 of his last 4 starts. I think he's good for a shot on target. Gabriel Jesus over 0.5 shot on target. He's averaging 1.6 shots on target per game this season. He's a threat. And that's been boosted from 12 to 1 to 15 to 1. So a £10 bet on that, if it wins, gets you £160 back. And if you would like to claim that bet, the link is in the description. If you're new to Hollywoodbets, you can create an account and take advantage of their excellent new customer offers, which are also linked in the description. Odds are subject to change. You must be 18 to participate, and football is unpredictable, especially in high-stakes clashes like United and Arsenal. So the bet's designed to enhance your viewing experience and certainly no guarantee of a win. For more information on responsible gaming, please check out begambleaware.org. As always, this bet is brought to you by our friends at Hollywoodbets. Click the link below to get involved and feel free to share your predictions in the comments. And once again, congratulations to Thomas, the shirt voucher winner. Enjoy your prize, mate. How do we beat them? Well, I think it goes straight to this. Amorim's way. Pretty much every game needs to be that. The only way we're going to win is if we execute his instructions exactly how he wants them. Against Liverpool, he clearly drilled into the players how to deny the space in midfield as much as possible. If you look at the average positions, the midfield was so much more compact and we covered every area a lot better. The 3-4-2-1 that we line up in, the 3-4-3, it's got all the tools to exploit the places that Arsenal are weak, with the wing backs especially. The dual 10s is good against Arsenal and the way they're going to line up, and the positioning of our centre halves helps eliminate some of the trouble that Arsenal's forward line can cause. We should be +1 at the back at all times. So the shape of the way we're going to line up works for how Arsenal are going to set up. It's can we execute everything that's required of us. Wing-backs are going to be massive. And that being said, just like at Anfield, wing-backs will be very, very important to our efforts. I would like us to be a bit more offensive, but there's not a ton of options. We're sitting on quite slim pickings. Dalot and Mazraoui, probably going to be them. Then there's no one else that's really forcing their way into that conversation either. You got to balance offense with defense. Otherwise, Arsenal might completely benefit. But if you play like you played at Anfield, you'll be halfway there, I think. And then the obvious one, can we just pick people up at set plays? There's only one ball. It doesn't matter where the men are running. There's one ball. Get your head on it and get it cleared. Arsenal, I imagine, are licking their lips. They've had more than enough joy at set plays so far this season. We've been awful at them, regardless of who it is, but especially against Arsenal. You've got to defend these corners and free kicks like your life depends on it. Otherwise, you're going to lose. It's simple as that. Because they're so good and we are so bad. Like, that's a massive way for United to have a good chance at winning this game, is to just be better at set plays. And it's something you can work on as well. It's not something that you're like, well, I could just be better at finishing chances. Like, you're not getting better at that in a week. But with organisation, recognition of what they're trying to do, you can get better at set plays in a week. I hope we've done that. Anyway, that's how I see the game going. As always, shout out to Hollywoodbets. Congratulations to Thomas on his prize. And I'll see you lot after the game when hopefully United have put ourselves in the hat for the next round of the Cup. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.